Hello everyone, welcome to the Inwise Academy. I hope all are doing well. The main topic we will discuss today is soil formation and physical properties of soil. We'll discuss these two major topics today. Okay. Let us now know how the soil is formed, right? The first thing is we already know that there will be a rock at the bottom and the soil will be formed eventually, right? So you take, this is the soil. Gradually rocks get weathered and the forms into a soil, and this portion is called regolith. So first the parent material, that is rock, gets converted into regolith, then the regolith converts into soil. I hope you get the point. See, the weathering of rocks into regolith, first the rock gets into forms into regolith, then again the regolith forms into a soil, again the formation of true soil from the regolith. These are the soil forms. The soil formation process is of two consecutive stages. First is weathering, that is rocks get weathered. Again the second step is associated with the action of soil forming factors. These factors affect the regolith and then forms into a soil. See, the rock first forms into a regolith, then forms into a true soil. This is called true soil. See, there are various factors that affects the formation of soil. If the rock is influenced by the water, then it is alluvial. If the soil is formed by the wind forces, then it is called aeolian. See, these two terms you remember, aeolian and eolian. Aeolian and eoline. Eoline is, it's also by the wind, but by the silt fragments. Aeolian is also by the wind, but from the sand fragments. Then the third one is, if the soil formation or the rock get weathered by the ice, then it is called glacial. When the sedimentation of the mineral in the fresh water like lakes, then it is called lacustrine. These are some of the important terms you remember. I hope you got the point. Now we will see the next topic, that is soil forming processes. There are various terms here. We have to remember them. Okay. Soil forming processes. How the soil formed? By humidification, alluviation, horizonation, calcification, decalcification, porcellization, laterization, glaciation, salinization. These terms will try to know them individually. See, the first thing is, this is the soil profile. Okay, this is called soil profile. There are various layers in the soil profile. Okay, you can see them, and this soil profile we will see in further classes. The main thing I want to say here is, I want to stress here is these two layers, alluvial layer and illuviation layer. Alluviation layer is above the illuviation layer. Alluviation is nothing but it's a leaching. Whatever the materials, whatever the minerals like aluminium, iron in this zone get leached into this layer, and this layer is called elevation layer. See, how can you remember these two layers? And these two layers are important, okay? We have to remember them. Elevation and elevation layer. If you think alphabetically, E comes first, then comes I. So you can remember like this. The E comes first means the elevation layer is first, and the elevation layer comes after the elevation layer. Now we will see all these different terms here. The first one is humidification. By the word itself, you can think like there is a formation of humus. There is a formation of humus. Humus from what? From the organic matter. Organic matter formed into a humus. That is what the humidification is. Then the next one is elevation. As we have already discussed, elevation is nothing but it's a washing out. It's a washing out of some of the minerals like aluminium, iron. They get leached into the down layer, and that layer is called elevation layer, alluvial layer. And this process is removal of constituents in the suspension or the solution by percolating water from the upper to lower layers. This is what the elevation layer is. Elevation is nothing but it's a deposition. It's a deposition or the accumulation. It's a deposition or the accumulation layer. See, you can see it means washing in. The process of deposition of soil minerals in the lower layer, it is termed as elevation. Then the next term is horizonation. By the word itself, you can assume that horizonation, it's a formation of horizons. It's a process of differentiation of soil in the different horizons along with the depth of the soil body. And the next term is calcification. Calcification is nothing but it's an accumulation of calcium carbonate. It's an accumulation of CaCO3. That's what the calcification is. And the decalcification is it's a reverse of calcification. Reverse of calcification means this calcium carbonate get leached. It's a leaching of calcium carbonate. That's what the reverse calcification is. And the next term is podzolization. Then the next comes is laterization, and these two terms are important for the exam point of view. The podzolization is nothing but, consider this is a soil layer. We have the aluminium, iron here along with the silica. Okay. It's an accumulation of silica and the leaching of accessory oxides like aluminum and iron. See, if there is a rain, if there is a drainage of water, the the silicon will be accumulated here in this zone, and this aluminum and iron get leached into a below layer, and this layer is called podzolization. It's an accumulation of silicon here. Aluminum and Fe will be leached to the lower layers, but the silicon remains on the upper layer. That's what the definition means. Accumulation of silica and the leaching of sesquio oxides like aluminum and iron. And the laterization is, it's almost a reverse of podzolization. Laterization is a process that removes the silica. Silica get leached instead of sesquio oxides in the upper layers, thereby leaving these sesquio oxide concentrate in the soil. We'll see the soil profile and what is the soil means. Means in this laterization, silica get removed these SQ oxides will remain on the surface, remain on the upper layer. That's what the laterization means. Then the next term is glaciation. Glaciation occurs in waterlogged soils where there is no proper drainage. There is no proper drainage. It's a layer. It's a bluish gray layer. It's a bluish gray layer formed in the soil where there is a poor drainage, but the soil is waterlogged. That's a glaciation. Then the next term is salinization. Salinization, by the word you can assume that it's an accumulation of salts. Salinization is nothing but it's an accumulation of salt. Desalinization, a reverse of salinization. It's a removal by leaching of excess soluble salts from the horizon or the salt profile by ponding water and improving the drainage condition. Then the next term is dealkalization or solidization. It's a process. It's a removal of sodium. Dealkalization. It's a removal of alkali. Salinization or alkalization. It's a reverse of dealkalization. It involves accumulation of sodium. Dealkalization is removal of sodium. Salinization or alkalization is called accumulation of sodium ions. Then the last term is pedoturbation. Pedo means soil. Turbation is mixing. It is nothing but mixing of soil. Mixing of soil. I hope you understood all the about terms. Now we will move to the next topic.